Not
honestly. The heat is mad.
I'm not gonna lie to no one. I'm in a bad spot.
We're live as well. Everyone's just seeing us live like this, just trying to calm down with the heat.
Oh, being live like this is crazy. I can't believe.
No
intro, no nothing.
I was just straight in.
Just tired.
I see the top left go red. I'm like, what, man?
Do you know what it is? I hit live, yeah, and I didn't realize he was then gonna do his thing, and then I was like, it's too late.
He's a different guy.
Hey guys, welcome. We've got a great 40 seconds to start the stream. Guys, big up everyone. Make sure you smash a like, make sure you subscribe. Big up everyone that's joined over from Saeed TV as well. Hope you enjoyed the show. But yeah, man, I don't normally do lives. Everyone knows I do videos and that, but today I wanted to do, talk about the Premier League, some predictions. I wanted to get different fans in. So I've got Jords, obviously everyone knows Jords. I've got Jus D for his debut with me on a live stream as well. Rom's obviously my right-hand guy as well. So I've got a great panel together. Make sure you subscribe to all their channels down in the description. They're tagged right there. Show love for the love. It's a football community, you know what it is. But yeah, man, big up, man. Then welcome to Thai Sports TV. You get me? Yeah, man.
Big up.
Yeah, it's wicked. Now, big up for coming on.
On your own channel, own space. It's like looking a bit different right over here.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's right, man.
Hosting now, it's good to have Ty as a host, man. I've been saying Ty's one of the best hosts on YouTube, bro. People just
we'll find out. It's debatable.
Pressure's on now, bro.
Pressure's on. The pressure's on. Big up.
Can't just be giving out titles like that randomly. You can't just give out titles like that.
Nah, big up, man. Big up everyone that obviously checks out Never a Foul as well. Make sure you subscribe today on the way to 50k is what I say. But yeah, now, man, then bless up for coming on. I do appreciate it. Obviously, we're just going to talk ball. I'm not going to do a full structure. Obviously, if man want to cut off, man, because they feel like they disagree, just do your thing. You get me? We're all man, we're all brothers. But at the end of the day, we've got a bit to talk on. Roms, just before we go into the title predictions, I just want to get your thoughts on this because Liverpool, everyone's been talking about, title favourites, need that centre back. People were cooking us immediately saying that you need another winger. I was questioning, the Luis Diaz situation. You've lost the Community Shield to Crystal Palace now, but it looks like Mark Guehi is going to be joining your football club. 30 million. You need a centre back. You need depth of Konate and Van Dijk. What are you feeling about this, bro? I just want to get your thoughts on it. See what everyone else thinks as well.
I think for 35 million, it's a steal. He's a leader. He's been a captain. He's been in an international tournament. Konate, 1 minute he's staying, 1 minute he's going. That's all up in the air. Van Dijk's not getting any younger. I think it's a shrewd signing, especially for the price and what we're getting for. And what he's 24, 25?
Yeah, 25.
About to enter his prime. And it's not even just him, Ty. Like, today's a double whammy. I said one centre-back weren't enough. I don't know nothing about this second centre-back in it, but this...
What, you linked to another one?
Two of them, bro. Fabrizio reported two. But the other brother, I'm not gonna lie, I've not even watched the second of him, not even a minute of him. So he's from Parma, but apparently he's keen to join. But I think we're gonna
he's gonna do the pretending that who's who. I'm pulling up everyone that thinks from now on.
Ones I hear it.
Is getting pulled up.
I see you did to that. I watched the stream out with you and Dak, and I see it to that. How many times have you watched the last?
Yeah. You know what? Do you know what you got to do, Josh? I've just thought of this now. Yeah, you got the town around you. You got to make your own thing. I always say to man when I question man, I say I'm gonna get you in the back of my van. I'm putting you. You got to say I'm throwing in the towel. Just say I'm throwing in the towel. Just question them.
I hear you.
Question them. You get me?
You know what, D? That's one thing about me. I never protect. If I ain't watched the player,
he doesn't. To be fair,
I just say it is. The other brother, I don't know, but apparently we're in for both of them. And I said one centre back weren't enough, especially with Gomez being always injured. Konate here, is he staying? Is he going? Van Dijk aging. We needed not one but two, and we're going in the right direction, man. And then I think there is that still you're seeing again today. Like he's saying he's not going to play even if he stays there, and that. Yeah, man, it's looking good, but we just need to get these deals over the line. But we needed two centre backs, and it looks likely that definitely Guehi. The other one,
I think what it is as well, though, Roms, it's not even just like for me when I look at signings, I look at teams. It's not about just buying players. Yeah, it's exciting spending money and getting new players coming in. Everyone loves that, but it's like what you've done with the money. Obviously, Frimpong, Gyokeres. It looks like tactically, you man are playing up higher now. You push up the fullbacks higher. Yeah. So when you need players like Konate, Van Dijk, Guehi that are good in duels, good recovery pace, can defend down the channels. You've got 3 centre-backs that are now competent at doing that. And when you look at Guehi, right, he's maximised what he could do at Palace. He's won them the FA Cup. He's got the Community Shield now. He's got them back in Europe. Yeah, at the end of the day, Guehi's looking at it as like, yo, it's a World Cup year. I want to now elevate myself. I want to play in the highest competitions. And look, 2 games a week, Van Dijk and Konate. We know with Van Dijk's legs, he's getting a bit older. Konate injury prone. He's going to play. This assurance is about minutes. It's fine. He's going to play in either the league or the Champions League. So for me, stylistically, at 25, knowing the Premier League, proven as well, I think this signing works. Jords and Jus, like, for the price as well, 35. I can't lie as a rival. I'm just like, it's a, you know, them solid 7 out of 10s. You know, you go to your mum's for food, and you know that when you go there, the food's gonna be fine. You're gonna eat it. You're yamming.
Yeah, it's what you're used to. It's what you're used to.
It's what, yeah. Guehi's what you're used to, man.
Yeah. No, you know what? That's like, that'll be one of the best bit of businesses this summer. I'll be real. He gave her 35 million. I think he's top draw. The only thing will be though is that I don't think he'll play as much as you think he will. I don't think he'll play that much. But he probably should start for England. So I think if he starts at Liverpool consistently, he will play for England easily. But if he doesn't, I think it'll be a bit dependent.
But what do you class as just then playing as much? What do you think people expect? This is my hosting now. Look, come a question, man.
Yeah, do you know what it is? No, on the real, I like that question. People say this a lot, yeah. I'm with it. You know, people say this a lot, yeah, about like how much players want to play and that, yeah. But I will always say, like, you know, when people say like, Isak goes Liverpool, but he'll have enough minutes. Ekiteke will have enough minutes. Everyone will get minutes. It's not about getting enough minutes. It's about playing in the game that you want to play in when they come. So you see that whole big match. Liverpool are playing against Man United at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I hear it.
And it comes out. That's when you decide whether or not Ekiteke is happy to be on the bench or not. Not about whether you play Fulham or Carling Cup. Everyone's going to play loads of minutes. But when it comes to the big games, your manager's going to pick his best team 9 times out of 10 times. And most of the time, that's when the player that they feel should be on the bench. And I think if guehi goes there, I think in those games, unless there's an injury, he won't play.
But do you know what? I'm just looking at it like a team that's going to be competing on all 4 fronts are going to play a lot of games, go deep into competitions. There's a lot of times they're going to be playing 2 games a week. You could probably look at guehi playing in one of those games on a weekly basis. He's always going to have a slot in the team. Plus, like Roms has pointed out, he hasn't had the injury prone last season, but it is always there in the back of your mind. Like, if Konate gets another injury, he's likely to be out for a while. And same with Gomez. So I think, like, with that in mind, guehi knows he's going to get minutes. But you are right, D. He's going to have to bide his time. And it's whether he's willing to just sit there and know, I'm going to be that 3rd option, potentially 4th option, depending on which position he's playing in. But I think, like you said there, it's a great deal for Liverpool. £35 million, an absolute steal. Apparently, Spurs bid 70 million from in January, and that got turned down.
Yes.
Double that price.
Yeah, but what you will hear from Palace D is that they're the hardest to do business with, right? He will tell you that they're the hardest to do business with, and that you know what Palace is not like everyone else. That's what you will hear, right?
Do you know how I knew though? I knew we'll get this deal down for like 30 to 35. I don't know if you lot heard Steve Parish before the Community Shield, and they asked him, like, what do you think about like players leaving? Like, basically, Eze's, your gays and whatnot. He's like, well, you know what? Like,
players always leave, and
you don't want to lose them for free, and that. That's when I knew. I reckon in the next couple of days, because I didn't think they'll sell both guehi and Eze. I think both will now go because he don't want to lose players for free anymore. Like he doesn't.
How long's Eze got on his deal?
I think
he's got a couple years. He's got to have a couple because if you're talking about 60 million or whatever, it's got to be a couple years.
Yeah. The thing is, Just made a very good point because we all know if Konate, listen, last season you could say it's an anomaly because every year Konate's been, he's had a serious injury. Last season he was only out for a month, and for his standard, that's quite good. But if Konate and Van Dijk are fit, they are 2 centre backs, especially in Champions League and Prem. Like guehi will play obviously the cup games, but D's got a good point because sometimes if you've got that big game, if you're a player of ambition, you want to be playing in the big games.
Yeah.
Guehi keeps getting dropped for the big games. He might just think he knows his worth, innit? He might just think, bro, like, I'm kind of surplus to requirements. That's why I feel like when they've had that meeting, that obviously apparently we've agreed to personal terms, but we would have had to give him some assurances. Or listen, Slot, we have seen Slot is a brave manager though. There could be the odd game where he might say, you know what, just for this game, Konate, you take a back seat, Guehi, you start. But I don't think it will be like that. More or less, Konate starts. So he's the better centre back. Simple as that. He's the better centre back than Guehi. So Konate will start more of the bigger games.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think like, if I'm Guehi as well, and I think just to sum it up on the Guehi point is that like, if you are him, like you said, and I agree with Just, you want to play in the biggest games and stuff like that. You kind of want to have that mentality of, look, I can outdo Konate. I feel like I'm better than him. I'm not saying like I agree with you, Roms. I think that obviously Konate is the overall better centre back. But if I'm Guehi, I'm thinking, look, do you know what? I can be better than Konate. I want to take your position. So you need to come with that mentality and try and show it, because look, at the end of the day, we're all going to be looking at performances, yeah? And as much as we've said that you've got Champions League midweek, Premier League on the weekend, if Guehi does put in a great performance, say where you get a Leverkusen away in the Champions League or Bayern Munich in the draw or whatever, and he played him and he does really well, he's earned his right to then stay in the starting 11. That's how football works. So that if he carries on playing well, he will stay in the starting 11. And Konate, you've then got to pick it up, because one thing you've got to remember as well is that Konate is going next season. 100%. Konate is going, right? So he might be looking here on a sort is like, yeah, we might get this youngster in from Parma. He's not going to be ready. You can then play him here and there. But Guehi, he might view as his long-term centre-back. So actually, he might be like, do you know what, Guehi, I'm going to give you more starts than you expect because you are here next year. Konate, you ain't here next year. So there's so many different like variables with it that it's one, we've all agreed, calculated, it's a good signing.
Do you know what, Ty? BT's Slim made a very good point in the chat. And I said this a couple months ago, but managers are stubborn and you're not going to fix what's not broken. But I said 3-5-2 for the personnel that we have and the signings that we could make makes sense, because if you play Konate, Guehi, and Van Dijk back three, Frimpong is a winger / wing back anyway. He's not really a right back. Kirk is on the left. You can play McAllister and Gravenberch as the pivot. Verts in the 10, and then Isak and Ekiteke. Wait,
man's just leaving Salah at the team. Man just forgot about that is madness. Man was just like, yeah, forget about Salah.
No, you know what, Jules? It sounded brilliant. Up to that point, it was brilliant. It was faultless. It was faultless.
You know,
that is not such a good idea, is it? That is not such a good idea, is it?
Isak and Ekiteke, Salah's in the team. One of them, like, they both have to be in the team, so scrap that. But that would have worked if we signed one or either or. If we signed Isak or Ekiteke.
But to be fair, it would work. It would work with any of them. But I think the only issue with that is it's good on paper and it would work. Like you still challenge for the league or win the league. Yeah. But you would have to leave out either Ekiteke and Gakpo, or Gakpo that you're leaving out strikers more so than midfielders. You know what I'm saying? That's where the issue is. Those strikers are probably two. You can't leave out two of those strikers. Salah plays every game, and if Isak comes, he has to play every game. Ekiteke and Gakpo on the bench is, I don't think that really
crazy depth though.
No, I think you can have them both on the bench.
Nah,
yeah.
We just spent 80 million and he ain't gonna want to chill on the bench, bro.
No, but I don't think Ekiteke is gonna be chilling on the bench, but there will be times throughout the season when I think he is gonna be getting benched, especially if you sign him. There'll be long periods where
he'll play left. He'll play left.
George. In the current formation, Ekiteke starts on the left. But I'm saying if we went 3-5-2, these right, like Gakpo and Ekiteke would have to hold bench because Salah has to play. Isak will have to play.
Wait. Ron, so wait, you just said in the current formation, Ekiteke starts on the left. So you have Ekiteke over Gakpo on the left.
Definitely.
Yeah. We've been trying to improve that position anyway. Stop been looking at a left winger.
People are saying, of course, now, like when we were saying this before about why did they sign Ekiteke? I said you play one of them out on the wing. They're going, no, you can't play them out.
George said it from early.
George said it from early. Everyone trying to say that. And I was like, no, Ekiteke is that player that can works you on the wing, bro.
This is why it's mad though, George. Yeah, because I'm glad that you man on, and then we'll go into the title race and that. Yeah, is because Roms, my point I made last week with me, you, and Saeed makes even more sense now. Because I said to these man, Jords, right? They've let Luis Diaz go, yeah? And yeah, Luis Diaz can go. He's 28, cool. He's done his thing in the Premier League. But when you talk about wingers, right? Like natural wingers, I said that Luis Diaz, yeah, is their most natural winger they had. Can ball carry, dribble, tenacity, gets the crowd going. Like, he's got the natural traits of a winger. So right now, they've got Salah, who's an inside forward on the right. Harvey Elliott's probably going, so they've got no depth there. Florian Wirtz can play out there, but he's not a natural winger. I said that you got Cody Gakpo, inside forward, cuts in, shoots, rasses it. That's what he does. He's not a natural winger. Then you got Hugo Ekiteke that Roms has just now said can play on the left. We all know Hugo Ekiteke can play on the left, but again, he's not a natural winger. The other natural winger they've got is this young 16-year-old who's just finished his GCSEs and big up Rio. He's going to be sick, but he's young. So what I'm saying to Roms last week is Liverpool are actually going to miss, I think, having a natural wing profile because look, I've been already debating now Gakpo or Ekiteke, and this is the question I put out there, and man, we're cooking me, but I'm talking sense here, I think.
Yeah, and I agree.
What I'm saying.
It's just a thing where it's a headache for Slot. This is where he earns his money. He's gonna have to find the right balance because I agree with you, Ty. If you actually look at our front line in general, we don't have a natural winger.
You don't.
Even Chiesa is an inside forward because he's staying now, by the way.
Yeah.
Even though you hardly play. Chiesa is a natural inside forward. Salah's an inside forward.
Yeah.
Ekiteke and Isak are 9s. Gakpo's an
inside forward. Exactly,
Rio's
bro.
only out and out.
And he's 16.
We're not going to put all our trust in him.
Yeah, and I don't like this. And you brought in a man for 150 million to say, go play out of position.
I don't want to see this. And he just needs to stay in the 10. I don't want to see
BT
out there. But
come on, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try and find that balance, Tad. This is where he earns his money, bro.
So yeah, no, 100%. Guys, make sure you smash up the likes as well. 150 of you in here. Make sure you're supporting all the channels down in the description as well. We've got Famazon just in the building. We've got Jords, Do-Rad Diaries. Obviously, Roms does his thing on Football Verbal, Big Six Bants as well. And obviously, subscribe to this channel if you're new and never a foul. So big up the support, showing love for the love. But yeah, do you know what? This takes us perfectly into basically the main topic. And really, like, there's a couple of ways you could segue it because I want to talk about the title race first. Obviously, me and Jords have got our own battle. That's why we're going to be at the top for later on. But you know what I'm saying? But Eubank. But yeah, man, like the title race, the truth is we can kind of visit it from guehi to Liverpool. Does that make them stronger for the title race, Jords? Just any of you can go first. Should Liverpool have the pressure? Because you got to remember, right? Liverpool have never gone back-to-back. Even when they're greatest teams of all Ian Rush and all them man there, they've never done it. And look, I think defending it is harder than winning it. So does guehi make Liverpool more favourites? What's your take on the title race, Jords? And then I'll come to just after.
I wouldn't say it makes them more favourites. Obviously, it gives them that extra bit of depth for when they do get an injury. But for me, obviously, the pressure's on Liverpool more than anyone. Like, there's no doubt about that. You guys like the pressure of doing it back-to-back, but more than anything, having this window. It's like last year, nobody expected them to do it. But now you've had this window on top of people realizing how good your team was last year. You have to do it now. Like, you can't spend 450 million, whatever it is. Yeah, we know the books have been balancing because of sales and stuff, but you can't spend this much, do 2 record signings in one window and not win it. Like, you just can't do that. So the pressure's on Liverpool,
and potentially a third.
And that's the thing. They may do another one. They may do another signing. So it's looking at it, it's like, yo, they're really moving greedy in this window. And obviously, like, for me, I've got City winning the title. I'll say that earlier.
Oh, okay. I'm glad someone said it. Okay.
But that's just off the fact of I know what Pep is. I know what their attack is. The only questions I do have regarding Liverpool is they've got a lot of new faces in that attack. And I think Slot's a really good manager. But there is going to be some teething problems at times. There is going to be times of when, you know, they're used to just in a game, getting the ball to Salah. Salah's the main creator. Salah, do your business. Salah's got to let go of that. And it's as the season goes on, how that plays out, it might not be so great. Now, I think Liverpool are going to be very strong in this title race. And I've probably got Liverpool losing a maximum of 3 Premier League games. I really don't think they're going to have a bad season at all. I think they're going to be so good next year. But yeah, man, it's going to be a tough one.
Why do you think? Yeah, because obviously you slipped it about City. You think they're favourites, yeah. But I want you to
win. Liverpool favourites, like they should.
But yeah, so like, what do you think City have done that convinces you that they're going to win the title over at Arsenal, over at Liverpool, who have won the league last season? Like, what makes you feel like what are City going to do this season that's going to improve from last year? That you're like, right, this is why I think they win it. Because I don't think it can just be a Pep thing.
It can. The thing is, people underrate Pep and really forget that, like, every year, the thing with Pep is people always talk about his system and they always talk about, it didn't work last year. They keep referring to like last season and how it broke down because there was no Rodri. But people will forget that throughout that whole time when that was happening, he would have been figuring out new solutions and what he wants to do without Rodri going into this season. He would have been preparing. Do you know what? This is our limitations of the current team. Let me fill these holes. And that's exactly what he's done. He's brought Nico Gonzalez into the midfield. He's brought Reinders into that midfield. So he's got bad boy bodies in there that can help bring that midfield together. And then the forward line, they didn't like Marmoush. We only saw Marmoush like just get started in the Premier League.
True.
We never saw him have a full season. Get Marmoush. I think you have to play Marmoush in that 10. I think maybe you put a more.
So what are you going to do with Cherky then? Bench?
No, Cherky's right. He's a right wing. He plays a lot of.
So you bench Foden.
I'm benching Foden right now, bro. Foden's getting benched, mate. And I think I would say Doku off the left. And I think you can still you need an explosive winger. So
yeah. 1v1 demon. Yeah.
And you've got the nice balance in that attack where you've got Marmoush going to be making those forward runs in with Haaland, but he's got the link up. And then you got Cherky, Techie, man. You already know what to expect.
Them North Africa, man, you just know.
Yeah, and then Doku exploding down the wing, creating for Haaland. Plus, Haaland's not going to be out. I think he'll be available this season. He's got a bone to pick.
He's recharged. He's energetic.
Let's be honest.
He's pissed about Haaland last season. He don't like how people are talking about him. I think he's going to go another 30-goal season. So I think City are going crazy this year. I'm not going to lie. I think they might start off slow as they always do. But
and you know what you forget as well? Like, even makes a difference. Nori at left back. They've got a natural left back that moves Gavardiol in with Diaz. And that's the partnership. Let's respect it, guys. We know that Gavardiol was signed to be a centre-back. He played left back because he can do that. Because he's technically sound, right? But now Gavardiol and Diaz, it's the first time I'll probably say in 2.5 years that City will now have a partnership that they're like, right, every week, like Just was saying, you walk out into that 11 every week and you're like, you know what you're getting. You're getting beans and toast. You're getting Gavardiol and Diaz. It's solid. You know what I'm saying, though? And I think we saw glimpses of it towards the end of last season. Gavardiol can also chip in with goals. He can play through the midfield and pass balls into the lines of Reinders, Rodri back. I'm not going to lie, like, Just, what are you thinking of this? Because I'm gonna have my say last and we'll all debate it, but you're Arsenal, and bro, you've got to top up proudly. And bro, people are saying this is your time to, are you backing your team? You got the towel out.
I'm backing my team. I'm not throwing in the towel though. I'm not throwing it in though. Man's backing my team full throttle, man. But the thing is, the only thing I'll say about Liverpool, I'm not worried about City. I'm not worried about them at all. They got too many moving parts. They got too much going on. Their defense looks terrible. Like, their attack is obviously good, but we don't. Like, without De Bruyne and all them guys there, I'm not really worried about City. It's going to be a hard game playing them every time.
Man said not really worried about them,
No, I'm not worried.
He's been saying this. He's been saying this for months now.
Yeah, for time. I'm not worried about City. I'm worried about Liverpool and Chelsea. And the thing is, not just that. I think the only thing I've got with Liverpool is, one, they've had so many signings. They've got about 6 or 7 signings. And 2, I think the pressure that's on these individual signings is like the spotlight and the scrutiny is going to be on them so heavily. Like Wirtz. They're expecting Wirtz to do what Palmer does. If Wirtz doesn't score 15 goals, 15 assists, they're going to see it as a bad season. He needs to be like, I know he got an assist in the Community Shield, but he played well. He got a nice touch, but he didn't actually play that well for the whole game. So all them little things are going to be scrutinized every single game week. That's what they got to do. Isak's used to it. But if Isak don't score 25, 30 goals in the Premier League, he'll be looked at as a flop. We don't need to worry about Salah and them guys. Them guys do this daily. But I think Liverpool are far and away the favourites. I think like everything else is just about finding weaknesses in their team. And the weakness right now is probably the strength in midfield. They're not. But then again, you got Gravenberch to come in there.
Gravenberch and McAllister to come back in, who are 2 starters, really.
Not even McAllister. I'm not even. McAllister.
People underrate. I think people underestimate him because
for me, he's our best midfielder.
Technically, he's the one that can slow it down. He's got the control. And then Gravenberch, it's like, for me, it's like partnership. Centre backs, Saliba, Gabriel, Vidic, Ferdinand. People complement each other.
Yeah, but it's very different. They
complement each other, bro.
So Szoboszlai and Wirtz are 2 different players. Like, that's the point.
I hear that.
We're having
that's a good thing though, because if you've got Gravenberch and McAllister as your two like saying there, and then you've got the hole, which is Wirtz, and then if not, it's Szoboszlai, because you've got 2 different profiles, like you're saying. One's a bit more guily, technical, pick up pockets, a bit silky, but then you've got Szoboszlai, more of a road runner, got a great shot outside the box, a bit more physical. Bro, you want that though, because there's certain games where you might want Szoboszlai away at Brentford, but then you might want Florian Wirtz at home to Bournemouth this week.
Yeah, you might do. Or you might not. You get it wrong as well. Like you can put Szoboszlai in the game and realize, I want you away at Brentford, but then you realize I need the guy with Wirtz. Or you might put, you know what I mean? Because really and truly, I still think any 6, the top 6s. So I'll put them like the Rices, the Rodris, the Caicedos. I think those guys can control Wirtz. I don't think Wirtz. I feel it's a buzz lie.
I'm really intrigued to see how he does this season. I'm with Jus. I'm like, I think he's good. I think he's got talent. I'm not gonna say I've watched him bare. I watched him in the Euros, and I was like, the hype for me was hyping. Like, I didn't think he was that great.
I was
like, I think he'll be good.
Not yet.
I don't expect him to come in and lift it. Like, he's gonna have to deal with the physicality. He's gonna have to deal with obviously the pressure now of winning at Liverpool. Like, I think Wirtz will be good, but I don't expect him to bang like 150 million. Like how Caicedo has at Chelsea, and you could see, you get me.
These spot on because there's so many factors going into this season for us. Every signing has to bang. Like you said, Ty, we've never retained the Premier League. And Wirtz especially, and Isak, you two have we've broke the British record for you. So the target's on our back anyway. When you're champions, you're the team everyone wants to beat, regardless. Facts. Forget all of the new signings. You're the team everyone wants to beat. But them two, to add even more pressure, we just broke the record back to back for 2 players going into the champions. They have to listen. Every game is started already. But every touch, every missed touch, it's
scrutinized, bro.
People are going to be.
And do you know what? That's mad because Jords and Jus will know. Liverpool, you don't get scrutinized like that. No one talks about Liverpool. You guys are in the fairies. No one really.
I got to disagree. Last 3-4 years, I feel like people speak about.
No, do you know what they do? They do. Ever since Liverpool went on and started saying best team ever in the Premier League.
What I think it is.
No one cares about anyone but Arsenal, Man United, bro. That's it.
No. What I think it is the media. The media don't speak about us. The media don't. We're the media.
The media do not speak about you.
Like, if you jump on panels and that, people put the pressure on Liverpool.
It's the media. They don't.
No, I disagree, bro. We get people put the pressure on us.
You know what it is? These Arsenal fans have main character syndrome. They think everything's about them. It is me.
No, but it's slightly is, George.
Arsenal and Man United are the only team that everyone cares about.
Your Arsenal fans. Arsenals are just the biggest victims. That's
no one cares about your club. No one cares about.
No, you're just the biggest victim. That's all it is. You guys get embarrassed time and time again. That's what it is. Arsenal fans embarrass themselves.
No,
they embarrass themselves.
Bro,
your fan base is a whole embarrassment. That's what it is.
Our fan base may well be an embarrassment, but
what happened? Robbie got his ears stretched and lifted the other day.
Why is he
getting his ears stretched and lifted like an FA Cup, bro? Man thought he was lifting an FA Cup, bro.
What's Robbie got to do with anything? I don't understand. Why are you personally attacking Robbie? I don't understand. What's Robbie got to do with it?
I'm not personally attacking Robbie. I'm simply saying Arsenal fan base, this is what happens. You guys make Arsenal fan base let these narratives get pulled as you're the biggest victims, and people laugh at you because
no one said we're the victims. We said that everyone cares about everyone cares about Arsenal, Man United. That's what everyone cares about. That's the thing that people care about, innit? So that's what it is. That's just the facts of it. What's going on?
But when you think, and like I'm gonna is the background noise?
I don't know. What was that? Was that someone doing a funny voice?
Nah, someone's cracking up in the background. Yeah, you can pick it up in it. Yeah, sorry. Yes, because that suits now here in the kitchen. But what I was gonna say, big up the man them. Smash the likes, people, as well. Make sure you get your comments in as well. I'm gonna question you just because I'm glad that George sparked the conversation, but I am gonna spark the conversation because you spoke about Liverpool saying that you think you fear them. And it's Man City, not someone to worry about. Talk on your club, bro, because I want to hear about Arsenal because you've gone and spent your money on Gyokeres. And remember, this is the first time in your live stream, so you've done it bare times. Obviously, I'm sorry you got to do it again. But you spent money on Victor Gyokeres. You've got your midfield now, which I really like. When I look at Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard, I think the balance, the creativity there, I think it is good, right? Yeah, you've got your defense, lean and mean. You guys keep clean sheets. You guys can do your thing there. But you finished third in the last 2 seasons. People are putting pressure on Arteta, saying if he doesn't win a major trophy, classing that as a Champions League or Premier League, he has got to go. I've said on Arsenal, looking at your team over pre-season, people get a bit too hype and say, look, Arsenal ain't performing. They've done the same for footballers last season. Spurs won this and that. I said, I ain't judging Arsenal until I see their proper 11. I saw basically that with Californian for Lewis Skelly the other day, and you beat Athletic Bilbao 3-0, comfortable. 70% possession, they had 2 shots, you dominated them. And I was like, look, Arsenal are ready now for this Premier League. I think you're one signing away from being like fully there. And that's a Rodrigo who'd be a game changer on the left-hand side. If not, you get an Eze who Tottenham are linked to, but he can play left, but also give Odegaard competition. Because I think Odegaard is one of them guys. He's on the M1 right now. but the car's in cruise control. No one's rivaling him right now. You get me?
Guy his analogy.
Yeah, this guy, he's on cruise control.
He's on
cruise control. Odegaard's a good player, but when he's not on it, he's not on it. When he's on it, he's on it. So I feel like you're one sort of signing away who could deputize with Odegaard with a Rodrigo of Eze and play out on the left. But what are you expecting from Arsenal? Like, are you cool with another second? Or I feel like you played it quite cool. Like Liverpool, the rivals, they're the threat. I mean, Liverpool, the ones I'm threatened by, but you haven't really given me the energy that I'm feeling from a big Jus that I think like, you believe that your team can win the title. Simple as that. That's what I'm getting.
No, of course we can, bruv. Like, my thing is different. My thing is when man's talking to these people, man is more on this thing of I believe we can win the league regardless every year. You get me? Like, I don't feel like there's ever a time when we can't win the league. I'm not worried about no one like that. I'm my thing is the way I am as a human being. I'm not worried about no teams. I've seen my team go. I'm invincible, bruv. I've seen my team beat. I remember the days in the past when I think there was no TVs. You just put teletext on and just see Arsenal won.
Yeah. Henri 14, like yeah.
So I'm used to us winning all the time.
I know about the teletext settings, legendary.
Yeah, teletext. You just see the result. The result just comes up.
I just see a V apostrophe Nistelrooy. That's all I see.
All right.
You ain't won a league in 20 years. You're saying you're used to it like it's been very recent, bro. I don't get it. How are you used to something that hasn't happened in a long time?
I'll continue with Ty anyway, Ty. So what I was saying.
Oh he doesn't like to answer my questions.
No, I'm just because obviously it's like you're that buzzing noise. You're right.
It's Ty's show.
You're trying to swat away a fly and a gnat like a gnat. You know what I'm saying? You got to swat it away. No, but what I'm saying is, in my head, I just see it as I like the challenge of trying to beat these teams. You know what I'm saying? I want to beat these teams that are the best. When Man City were dominating, when they had the best team, Liverpool were like, "Bruv, this is a challenge. Let's override it," and they did it. That's what I need Arsenal to do. I need them to have the energy to be like, you know what? It doesn't really matter what Liverpool do. We're going to go and rival what Liverpool are doing. We don't need that much in our team. We only need a couple, two.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're one away. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. One.
I know you're smirking. I saw the smirk. I do want to say one, but
no. It's one. I think the last couple of years we've always thought one, but because of Odegaard's poor form, it might be two.
But that's why I said an Eze or Rodrigo, they can play 10 and on the left. You've got one player for the positions of two.
Kind of need both.
You ain't getting both though. Let's do the
no
team gets everything. But come on, Rodrigo and Eze surely are fine.
We'll be there or thereabouts, bro. We'll be there or thereabouts. Don't think everyone keeps thinking that Arsenal is saying out of the top four.
No, you should be there.
We'll be there or thereabouts.
Nobody said you're out of the top four.
Yes, they have. People have been saying that. People saying we're in the top four. We'll be there or thereabouts, bro.
Wait, people said you're out of the top four. I've not heard this.
I've been on
streams. I've heard. George, you're not in this combo, okay?
No, this is what victims do. This is what victims do. They make up narratives to make them seem like they're doing better. Oh, people said that we weren't going to be in the top four.
Let me tell you what happened.
In the top four, it seems like an achievement. Victim mentality.
You've never had this conversation before, so I don't know why you're chiming in. You've never been here before. So I don't actually know why. I don't know why Ty invited you on, to be honest.
Great content. It's great conversation.
I don't know why Ty invited.
No. He's being a victim today. I hear it.
I'm not no victim. I'm saying we should be. We're going for the title. You think we're going to be out, or people are going to think we're going to? Because people are saying to me that Chelsea and I've got a better team than us and stuff like that. That's what people say. And Chelsea have got a good team, but as far as I'm concerned, Arsenal are there or thereabouts. Don't think we're not going to be in the title race. We will be. Come towards the end of the season, we're going to be around.
Okay, I've got a good way of asking you this. Considering, I would say you finished third, 3 seasons in a row. The first one was an anomaly. No one really expected that.
Yeah.
The second one, okay, it showed like, you know what? They can be consistent. Last year was the year people said if City flipped, then you'd win the league. Liverpool obviously come in and pounced. Out of the last 3 seasons where it was realistic that you could potentially win the league, would you say this season is the one where you feel the most confident of winning the league as an Arsenal fan? That's a very good way of putting it. I think that's a very good question.
I wouldn't say the most confident. No, the most confident would have been the second one.
Okay, I don't see you winning it. I don't see you winning it then. I think and the reason I say that is because Liverpool are, yes, they're the favourites, but they're bedding in a few new players. And look, you got to hope that it really works out. You got Man City, who are basically going for a bit of a rebuild. And like Jords said as well, yeah, it's good signs. If they hit it off, they hit it off. But at the end of the day, you said you don't even fear them. And then you got Arsenal, who've got a complete 11. And we're basically all agreeing that you're basically one signing off. So you should feel more confident for me than what you have been the other seasons, just.
Well, I don't understand.
No, my reasoning isn't about players. It's just about players. My reasoning is about the fact that we haven't actually done it before. It's not just about the fact that, oh, you got all the right players. It's about actually doing it. We've had a few opportunities where I thought we needed to have won. The first year, I think we should have won the league that year. The second year, we definitely should have won the league that second year.
That's the year I thought you would do it.
But what I'm trying to say is that, like, if he's saying that it's because they've never done it, when is he ever really going to feel confident? Because it's going to be a 30 years time and they still
when we do it, you have to sometimes, yeah, you're always going to be in the race, but you actually have to do it for somebody to have almost 100% trust in that happening. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is just faith and belief.
You know another reason. You know another reason why I feel like Arsenal fans might feel they can do it. Like, if I'm being objective, let's be honest. The last 2-3 years, they've not felt like they've had a proper 9. Now they've brought in Gyokeres. They might feel this is the year now, regardless of what we're doing, regardless of they might think we've got our gun man. Because the amount of times you watched Arsenal last season, I remember 3 particular results. I was watching it with my brother. He was going mad. The Villa one where they were 2-0 up and drew 2-2. The Everton one when it was 0-0. And I think the West Ham loss, you could say they were focusing on Champions League, but them 3 losses, I think if you have a Gyokeres in that team, them draws and losses are converted. Yes. That's an extra 6 points, 7 points.
That's what I think he adds, Roms, this year that they didn't have last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Winning them 2-1 away at Fulham and getting them little
getting over the line. So that's why I think if Arsenal fans feel this is their year that they can win it, fair enough, because I think we've got the final missing piece. But I
just need to understand though, because there was one point that Just made about Liverpool that didn't stand for his own team. That I just need to see some consistency. You said Liverpool made 6 signings. You've made 6 signings. Is that not the same impact, and you're gonna have the same problem?
But our signings are not playing. Not all our signings won't be first team though.
Most of their signings are depth. We made 6 to our starting 11.
This is their first team.
Most of theirs on their bench.
Ours is Zubimendi and Gyokeres. That's it.
Madueke will start.
Martinelli will start.
People were telling me about how good he was on that left wing. He was so good on that left wing in that first appearance, bro. That's what people.
Doesn't matter. You asked me the question.
So apparently, Martinelli. You were talking about how good he was.
But so will you not start Martinelli? They've got like Gyokeres, Frimpong, Wirtz, Ekiteke, potentially Isak. They've got 5.
So and guehi.
That's 5.
And guehi could be classed as a starter.
Isak's not come. He's not here. We're talking about right now, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying
guehi could be a starter.
We don't have it. We've only got 2, Gyokeres and Zubimendi. No one else is going to play.
Yeah, interesting.
Martinelli's going to start.
That's what I'm saying.
You said you need another left winger.
Let me ask you this though, D. Would you be surprised if you line up against United and Madueke is on that left? Because, bro, 48 million.
It's still money. It's still money.
I'd rather him play left because he's better than Martinelli, but Martinelli will play.
Fair.
Yeah, I think Martinelli will probably start as well. So what? When we look at it, then we've got Jords saying Man City. We've got I'm gonna say he thinks Liverpool, even though he would like his club to win it.
Don't you think your own club are gonna win it?
Arsenal, but I think Liverpool and Arsenal neck and neck, man.
Roms, what are you going with? Do you think your team will do back to back? Do you think you'll see history for your football club?
I've said it all summer,
bro.
I'm saying this now.
I wouldn't be as confident. Like, I respect Roms for being like sticking his chest out there and saying, yeah. Like, I do.
Stuck your chest out there and said Man United are going to finish 3rd before, bro. Don't do that.
Nah. Don't get me in
You should have saw him and Said after the Believer links. They were them 2 were. Yes.
I was watching. He's going, we might push on into that top 4, bro.
What I will say, I'm gonna like, I relish this pressure, but I'm gonna say this from now. We have to win the league minimum. You know, if we don't win the league, for me, it's a failure. The only thing else that can maybe suffice it is if we was to win a Champions League and something else. But the league is a must. Anything less than the league for me is a failure. You can't tell me we break the transfer record twice and we're already champions and Van Dijk and Salah stayed and we don't go on to win the league. I don't business what Arsenal see. I don't care what all the other teams are doing. We have to win this league. And if we don't, I'll be vexed. Bro. So, but I think we do win.
And you'll be right to feel like that because you lot have got you're champions and you've gone and signed 2 of the.
And you've actually, like you said, Just they've gone out and spent money we've never seen them spend before.
Yeah, so this is the more pressure on Slot now. There's more pressure on Slot now than there is last year. Yeah, Slot's under pressure now. I'm saying he's under more
because
pressure now than last
he
year.
didn't get back last window, like Just said, and also Klopp has come out and said we don't have the money that other teams have, the capacity, and now you lot have shown more than the capacity with it. Like George said already, Isak might still be coming in. I think this is a time where you have to go back to back. I don't really, do you know what? It's mad, because I only left myself to last, and some people call me a fence sitter with Ruben Amorim or Man United, but in terms of this league, I don't even know what's going to happen, bro. I'm so excited for it, because I look at City, like George said, and I was thinking this morning, Man City, Haaland, because my problem with Man City was, that they don't have enough goal scorers outside of Haaland. Back in the day, Gundogan was chipping in with 10. Riyad Mahrez was chipping in with 10. KDB, Phil Foden. Sterling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When Man City have done their thing, they had a striker, but they had players chipping in with 10, 10, 10, 10. Last year, it was basically Erling Haaland, all the pressure. KDB was not firing. His legs are getting older. Foden was doing, obviously, what he was, mental health and stuff like that. Bless him. Hopefully he gets better and bounces back, whatever it is. And then other players, Doku, first season, not really a goal-scoring player. Savinho, end product, not really there. When I look at it now with City, I'm like, okay, Marmoush, we know that he can score goals. Done it at Frankfurt. Showed it at City so far. Haaland now. And then you got Reinders, who's a goal scoring box to box. You got Cherky. You've got now a creator that can help the other players. Will Foden be better than last season? Well, he should be. I'm looking at City thinking now outside of Haaland, they've got players that can now chip in and get some goals. And that's why I'm thinking they will definitely be in the title race. Arsenal, for me, it's about their 11. If they keep their 11 fit, they will be there. I think the drop-off, Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Madueke, I think in some games they might draw the games at Fulham away, Roms, and do that. But Arsenal's midfielders, Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard, I love the balance. Controller, a box-to-box, a silky number 10. I love a David Silva. I love a Martin Odegaard, left foot 10s. I love them. And then Liverpool, well, you guys like Justice put, the nail on the coffin, really. He said that you guys have, went out, spent
even
money.
Chelsea are
and that is where, and this is where I wanted to bring it to. And I was going to say, they are the three, but where does this all leave Chelsea? Has anyone got them in the title race, or is it what I think? And I'm going to say it short and sweet. I think they drop off February, March. I think the lack of experience and the youth gets them. February, March.
You know what I'm saying about Chelsea, Ty? Yeah, as much as in my opinion, Liverpool and Arsenal have better 11s, but with Liverpool and Arsenal's depth, I think there's a goal. With Chelsea, I think George, you were saying it the other day. If you look at it, and I actually had to look at their squad to clock this. When you said it on Sideshow, George, I was like, Then after the stream, I actually went and looked at their squad yet. Their drop-off ain't as much as a Liverpool Arsenal from their 11 to their bench. It's not. It's not at all.
The only place we have a drop-off is centre-back. That's it. Everywhere
that's
else
it, yeah. That's it. Because centre-backs I don't rate. But I think, I genuinely feel Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and City, I even still think by game week 30, early April, late February, I still think all 4 teams will be in this race.
When you say that,
we're
does that
about
mean
to see
that
the most exciting race.
So just to make that clear, when you say like in the race, I say first to fourth, whoever it is, doesn't matter. Liverpool, Chelsea, whoever it is, Arsenal, Chelsea. You think there'll be probably a 7-point gap from first to fourth?
Yeah, about 7 or 8 between first and fourth. Yeah,
you know what it is. I think the only bit where Chelsea might struggle is many of their players haven't played Champions League football. So dealing with that, I think they might take a hit in some of the other competitions, or if they start to focus on the other competition, they could take a hit in the Premier League because they're not used to dealing with that level of competition. Plus, Enzo can't drop a whole 10 players in midweek like he was last season. Yeah, he's got to use the same players, similar squads. So when these players are getting tired, and like I said, the drop-off isn't mad, but then again, at the same time, how fresh are these players? How ready are they to compete at the highest level? That's the only question. There are so many young players that haven't played against a lot of these teams compete at the high level. That's the only question for them. So,
George, you know what as well, bro? You know what as well? Like, it's not even just their players. Their manager hasn't even been in Champions League. Look, Arteta's had 2 seasons in it now. Slot's had a season. I think Feyenoord had 1 season. Pep has won it 2-3 times with 2-3 clubs. You get the others have experience, even if it's 1 or 2. Enzo's not managed a single minute of champ. Yeah, you've probably been assistant manager when you're at City, but assistant manager to controlling the team, 2 different things. So this is what I was saying the other day, Jules, to Don. Like, let's see how you do the Wednesday, Saturday with Champions League, because you can't just rotate your whole 11. You're spot on.
And it's gonna be. They've never had injuries either. I haven't seen them play with that Caicedo for a period of time, or play with a Palmer for a period of time. I haven't seen that. Yeah, we're yet to see that. So obviously, Cole was out for this season, unfortunately. But we ain't seen. Last year, I've seen Odegaard out, Saka out, all that. I've seen Liverpool out with Salah, out with Van Dijk. I've seen Man United be decimated by injuries before.
We've seen City be hit.
Tottenham had 9 injuries one time.
Yeah.
No one at all. I ain't seen Chelsea's the only team I've not seen without injuries.
And do you know what it is, Just, as well? What do you think on, like, if a Palmer did get injured, if a Caicedo did get injured? Because you look at it, like you said, some of the big players for the big teams have got injured, and you've got to deal with Saka, you've got to deal with, Gabriel being injured. Do you think Chelsea, Just, have the ability to compensate for a Palmer or a Caicedo? Because the truth is, if Roms is saying they're going to be in there by game week 30, they've technically got to stay fit then, right?
No, I don't think they have. And the Chelsea fans in the chat, they're going, we've had plenty of injuries. Tell me when Palmer was out for an extended period of time, or Caicedo was out for an extended period of time. I don't know. I don't know if the guys on the panel remember that. I don't remember those guys being injured.
I only remember James. I don't remember the others.
James for me.
James and Lavia.
So you lot can say.
And Lavia hasn't started enough to be like, we know how sick he is.
Yeah, I'm talking about
players I've never played for Farner and them, man.
Caicedo, Cucurella, the main guys. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen them have injuries, so they can say they have loads as much as they like, but I ain't seen it. So,
no, but you know what? Yeah, that guy Apia in the chat makes a good point. That Sesko, Sesko, he looks like Caicedo on the pitch, bro. He looks like 40, bro. I don't know, but he's moving on the pitch just like a seasoned veteran, bro. He's out there looking good.
Baby Caicedo.
Xavi Simons or Esteval to come in for Cole Palmer. So I feel like this is what I mean. I talk about their depth. You go from Cole Palmer to Xavi Simons. It's not a massive.
Drop off.
There's barely much of a drop off. Obviously, he's not the same as Cole Palmer. But
no, there's a massive drop off.
No, there's not. There's not. When you see Xavi Simons, there's not a massive drop off. There is a massive
drop off. It is.
Maybe not on the goals and assist side of things, but I'm talking about the actual flow of the game. There's not going to be not much of a drop off, bro.
I know about
and who they got on the wing? And who they got on the wing? What? It's Gittins, Pedro Neto, Esteval. And Palmer can obviously play there. They push Enzo.
Pedro can play there. João Pedro can play there.
Pedro can play there.
They got so much.
They've got options, isn't they? And then Jackson still hasn't left. So they've got Delap and you know what? I'll be real with you. He's gonna end up. No, that's gonna be done. And I'm happy for him. Do you know what? I want him out of the club. Like, I want him out. But if he cooks there, cool. I don't really rate Garnacho end product. You know what I mean? It's not there. But with that mentality, he's got a couple of Argentinian man there with Enzo there and stuff like that. It might help him. But when I look at Chelsea, I think what I like is always the way Pedro has settled in, and you got Delap coming off the bench, because people are already saying that on Twitter. Delap must be regretting his move there. I'm like, how can he be regretting his move? They've got 2 games a week. Pedro can play in different positions. Delap is gonna play, and do you know what it is as well? They're 2 different profiles. Delap gives me the old school like when Justice said about teletext days. Delap follow them, man. Them Duncan
old school
number 9.
He ain't gonna play though, fam. He ain't gonna play enough though.
But do you know what it is? It's not about playing enough. It's about having the depth and the quality. 70 minutes, you can change it.
You're talking about it from a Chelsea point of view. Why do you think they've got such a high turnaround of players leaving and coming in?
Yeah, but Delap's young English. He will play just. No, he might not.
He went from playing. He was going to be playing championship to now playing. Even if let's just say he gets 20 games, 20 games a season, he's going to be happy.
No, he won't.
But it's not even just about that, guys. What I'm trying to say is that his ability, he's actually good. So, Chelsea have got Delap and Pedro now. They've got 2 different type of profiles. Like, Pedro is that sort of Firmino profile, drop in the pockets, link it up in that. Delap's more that old school bully, but they've got 2 different type of players now that, I'm not trying to promote gambling here, but if Chelsea are 1-1 at home and it's the 75th minute and they're throwing on Delap, I'm thinking they're getting a winner. You get what I'm saying? I'm thinking they can get a winner. So it's going to be so interesting. Has anyone, in terms of the top 4, has anyone got any wild shouts that anyone could drop out? Is it look, we know that it's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and City? Roms.
For me, quickly, Joe. For me, the 4 that finished top 4 last season will be the 4 that finished top 4 this season. I've got some teams in different places, but I think I can't. For me, after City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, there's a little bit of a gap with the rest of the Premier League. I'm not saying it can't be close, but there's still a gap in my opinion. But I got the same teams in top 4. Wait, do you want to do order or just?
Bro, do you know what? You know me. I'm not doing none of this click thing and that. Just believe what you see. If you've got a top 4, say it.
Similar to Jords, I feel like people are just right. I don't think City win it. Obviously, I've already said I think my club win it, but City, for me, I still have our nearest challengers, because I'm not writing off Pep. if he needs to tweak something, he's the best at what's the word, being innovative. I think it was. Do you get? I know their defense ain't looking the best and whatnot, but there's still a bit of time in the window. You never know if they rectify it, and they still got players that have won. Look, they've got the Diaz's, the Haalands, the other players that have won multiple.
Just forget, Rodri's a new signing, man. It's like he's just coming back. It's not fresh.
Yeah. And the thing is, I was saying the injury's serious and whatnot, but I'm hearing he's only be out till the first international break. So that's and if you look at Chelsea and City's run of games, they're not like us and Arsenal's.
They should be winning them.
But we've got following. We still got United, Arsenal, and Newcastle in our first 6, and Newcastle. So still going to be tough. But I've got Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea. I think Chelsea stays.
Yeah, that's fair.
They'll be in a race, but I don't think they're good enough to break into the 3 just yet. But you never know. I could have 6 months into the season, I could have egg on my face. But this is what predictions are. And I'm not even saying this because Jords on the panel. I've said this the last week or two. I rate Thomas Frank, innit? You know I rate him. When there was Klopp.
Yeah, we're going to touch on that. Don't worry. We're going to touch on that. I got
Spurs 5th as well. I think Spurs will get a Champions League spot. That's
not top 5. It's 5th Champions League this year as well.
Depends on the way he's performing it.
On like how the year plays out. It's not guaranteed.
People like me and Jords are relying on you lot to perform in the Champions League.
Well, I'm in the Champions League, so
I'm
part of that. You're in that conversation when you're ones, little bro. You're in that conversation when you're ones.
I need to hang myself for that one. I dropped myself right in that. But what were you going to say, Jords? Or just in terms
I was just going to say, innit, like, don't... Well, obviously, you've seen the links recently. Don't let me get these players that they're saying I'm going to get. Because if I get an Eze and Savinho, then I'm going to say, these teams are going to have to start talking to me now. That top 4 is... It's not gonna be looking so hard, innit? It's not gonna be looking so hard to break into. I'm just saying. When you got an Eze and Savinho, and you're talking about serious front lines, we're looking at a left wing, right wing, Cam. That trio there.
So left wing Eze or Cam Eze?
No. Left wing Savinho.
Yeah.
Cam Eze. Right wing Kudus.
That's just okay. We're saying what you could potentially sneak in, Chelsea drop out. Is that what we're talking?
That's what I'm saying. It could happen. When you talk about the players and the quality, obviously I'm not going to question Chelsea's depth. Chelsea have way more depth than us, man, innit? So like the problem that Spurs will have is a couple injuries and we fall back into it struggling and it being very hard for us to catch up. Now, if we don't get any injuries and we just go through the season and we're pretty lucky to just have these players, keep their form and keep their level, then yeah, man, I think that trio, that attack can be serious.
They're finishing above Chelsea. Chelsea are too solid. If they're going to finish above anyone, it'll be City. And I don't think they're finishing above City.
This don't surprise you, though. Just really.
Yeah, I like this. I like the outspokenness. You really
no. City are. I haven't been impressed.
So wait, so you think if Tottenham were to get in the Champions League, they would have to finish above? You think they finish above City, not Chelsea?
No, they won't finish above Chelsea. Chelsea are too solid.
But no, that's what I'm saying. So you think if Jords was right in terms of they stayed injury free and then man popped off with Thomas Frank and they got into the 4th spot, you think it'd be City that would drop?
Yeah, City, if anyone's going to drop out the top 4, I think it'll be City. And I don't think they will drop. I don't think they will drop out the top 4. I don't think City will drop out the top 4. But I think if anyone will, it's going to be them purely because of their defense and midfield.
Okay. Fair. What were you going to say, Roms? Sorry for interrupting.
No. I was just saying I hear the defense a bit weak for City, but I'm just saying, Josh, I feel like City are going to be that team where no one. If I'm being honest, I think the real pressure's on Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal this season. Obviously, us the most. But I feel like City are that team that you forget about them, they go under the radar, and by Christmas time, they're either top or a couple teams off. Everyone takes their eye off them. They're just winning their games. So, but fair enough. And the thing is, D's been consistent because when I first heard this a month or two, and I looked at D sideways a bit. I was like, what? But he's been saying it. To be fair, he's been saying it. But this City team, I think this City team.
Al-Nouri left back, Nunes right back. That ain't good, fam.
That is the problem, just the right back position for City.
I do hear it. I
watched them in the Club World Cup. The first game I watched them, they played the Saudi Arabian team. It wasn't Al Hilal. I think it was the other team. Bruv, they won. I think they won 3 something. Bruv, they got ripped to shreds in the first.
The Widad team. Widad 20 minutes. Like that,
15-20 minutes. They got ripped.
I watched that one.
They should have been about 4-0 down.
They won 2-0, but the other team, if the other team had more quality, they would have scored. Yeah, I watched that
about 4-0 down. I was thinking, what's going on?
But you know what? I think that's unfair. That's before pre-season. That's the end of the season when the players are being forced to play. And
no, it's not, bro.
It is cold. You're saying when they... No, I'm not saying they didn't take it seriously, but what I'm saying is that's before the preseason when they actually get to work with all these players and Pep can actually implement some new ideas. That's what I think. I think Pep, he's going into his last 2 seasons of his career, innit? He's announced that he's retiring after City, right? So looking at that, we know what Pep is, bro. He's an egotistic man, bro. He's going to want to go out with a bang. He's going to want to come back and show people that I am the best. And there's a reason for that. So I think he's coming back different, new ideas. You might don't think it's be a whole new.
He's going to be hungry. I do hear you. Like I feel like Pep's coming with a point to prove now. Of like, look, I've signed a 2-year deal, which fans are happy about. They can settle. We've got the Hugo Viana. They've got no Bergerstein now. They've got Hugo Viana doing transfers. It's kind of like that new little tick for City. It's just whether they can perform consistently. Which is, do you know? I'm so gassed to have the football back. Like this is why I love it because there's no nailed on favourite. People are putting pressure more on Liverpool, which is right.
No, there's a nailed on favourite. There's a nailed on favourite.
I hear it, but
you know what it's like? There's not a nailed on favourite for you, but the general consensus is Liverpool.
Yeah, is you lot. Yeah, and with the money spent, and like you said, it's right. I hear it by Justin. You were saying it. I just feel like with Pep and Man City and like having more goal scorers around them, it's going to be tighter than what people think because of the middle teams now improving.
What more goal scorers? Who?
Well, Foden can come back and have a better season than what he's had last year, so we can't disrespect that. We've got Reinders now that's going to be in there. Marmoush full season. Reinders box to box, Cherky's a natural goal scorer creator. And just like goals without even trying. Bro. Exactly, and just like Liverpool, City's business isn't done. You're not letting Grealish, Savinho potentially go Spurs, and who's the other one? McAtee go Forest without bringing someone in, bro. They can't do that, just.
Yeah, but they're going to be active. Bro, they're going to be active, though. But it's still all attacking. That's what I'm saying. You're losing. You're forgetting. In the last few years, they've lost Mahrez, De Bruyne, what's the other, like Alvarez, or they've lost that type of
Sterling even.
And you brought in. You're telling me you're going to bring in Cherky, Reinders. That's not the same, bruv. I'm not worried about City.
It's not the proven quality, but that's why I think
they're going to be a top team. They're going to give everyone trouble. They're going to give everyone problems. Obviously, they got top players and a top manager. But I'm talking about. I'm not going to be. I'm looking at Liverpool. Like when I'm looking at it week to week. I need Liverpool to lose.
People are thinking that City's transfer window is done, not knowing that City are City. They'll play a game, have a bad game.
Defenders, though.
But we know that Pep will have 1 or 2 bad games.
Yeah. There's 20 days to adjust. Remember we said the other day, there's 20 days to go. Long time.
Signing that easy, bro. Man, we forgot what Man City are, and people forget the giant that they are when they go and start calling for players. They don't mess around.
They want to go there. Team players want to go there.
Yeah. How much are you? Cool, paid.
9 times out of 10. Like, in recent years, I have to drag my club into this. Recent years, we've gone in for players and they've rejected us. You've seen it with Newcastle. 9 times out of 10, with Man City want to play. Other than Rice, actually. Rice is the only one in recent memory that actually turned them down because City and Arsenal wanted him and he went Arsenal. But other than Rice, most players aren't turning down City. That 9 times out of 10, City want a player, they go there. But
that's because of Pep as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I just think, and Vert, fair enough. Big up, Joe. But what I would say, I just think, give it till like November, December. You're going to go on fan zone and be like, you lot, I was wrong. I feel like you're going to be doing
I don't think so. Last year was the first year that I felt whenever like Liverpool was to play City or Chelsea was to play City, I just didn't think City were going to win. Before, I used to always think that. But now, if you don't play City tomorrow, I think Liverpool will win. If Chelsea plays City tomorrow, I think Chelsea will probably win.
The season. You'll see. We will see how good City are. We're gonna give them a good test.
Do you know what? D Slidey has a point though. United went City and won. We beat them twice. I know they beat Chelsea, but that was first day of the season.
Yeah, that was tight. Yeah,
and it was still kind of
slapping on Pep in his history. 4-0. We dealt with them.
Yes, Spurs as well. Yeah,
last season was just a bad year though, man. I see them completely.
Yeah, but what have they done to change that? They brought in attacking players. All they've done is brought out Norway. He's a terrible defender, bruv.
No, you're right. You're right in that sense. But again, if what's the aim of the game? It's to score more goals than the other team. I think if they can just outscore teams, you're right. But we've seen City blitz teams. What they used to do is blitz teams in that first half, go 2-3 goals up, and then it's just a case of seeing out the game. I've seen City do that so many times, and
that's not happening no more.
I feel like with a player like Haaland, you can never count them out. Like having a goal scorer like that who only needs a few chances to score goals, you just can never count out a team like that. You just can't.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I don't think you can count out Chelsea. I'm more worried about Chelsea. I'll be real.
This is what I like. This is why I like it. That's why I've done this show. I wasn't even going to do a Prem predictions, but I thought there's too many variables that people have got different opinions, which is why I got you man together as well, because you stand on your opinions. You're great guys as well. So guys, make sure you are checking out all their content below. Make sure you see Do-Rag Diaries there. Make sure Fama's on TV. Roms obviously does stuff for Never a Foul. Big Six Bants, Football Verbal. Make sure you check it all out. And obviously subscribe here if you're new. So I hope you're enjoying it, because I don't normally do live content. Normally it's videos, as you know. But, you know, it's a football community. These guys are all my brethren anyway. So make sure you show love for the love, man. I'll leave their channels there for a bit. But before we do wrap up, we got to talk on obviously the two at the top here. It's United Spurs, because at the end of the day, we've had our window, and yeah, we're not going to be in the title race. I'm not going to do all that. Look, I'm a realistic, you know what I'm saying? We've got Sesko, we've got Cunha, we've got Mbumo. We spent a lot of money to try and transform this team from 15th to getting back into the top 6, and we're linked to Baleba. Now, Baleba's a game changer. There's certain players that move the needle. Baleba's going to be wanted by every single one of these clubs, plus more next summer. We have to go out and make it happen now, because this guy is a complete midfielder, can tackle, box to box, interceptions. You know, he's got everything of a complete central midfielder with levels to grow. We need to go out and spend 100 million. It's not a waste of money.
This brings me on to my question. We know you have to, but do you think, like, window shots 1st of September, is Baleba a United player or not, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm gonna put my neck on the line, and the reason is because the way Man United have done business this summer so far, and Mbumo dragged out, but we got our man over Tottenham and Newcastle. Cunha, we paid the money, we got that done. Benjamin Sesko, we went there to Germany and we got it done within a few days after making the bid. We spoke to him, we got it done, right? We've transformed the front three, which we needed, but we all know as rivals, you and whatnot, there's a gaping hole in our midfield. We can get all the front three we want in the world, but that midfield is still the midfield. We need a midfielder in there, no matter who it is, a Wharton, a Baleba. For me, the way transfers are now, different to when I was growing up back in the day and that, is that in terms of the way transfers are made, you don't go to the club straight away. Tottenham are talking to Eze because they've probably spoke to Eze and said, are you interested in the move? Yes. Liverpool have gone to Florian Wirtz and Ekiteke. Are you interested in the move? Yes. Then you speak to the teams. Man United have spoke to Baleba's intermediaries or whatever it's called. They've spoken to his camp. He's interested in the move. He's keen on the move. We wouldn't waste our time and spend now the next 2 weeks trying to get this done if we didn't think we can get him, because players now indicate to the clubs if they want to move. Then the clubs do the club-to-club talks. I feel like he said, you know what? I want to join Man United. He's got Onana there. He's Cameroonian. He's got Mbumo there as well. You know, AFCON year, big year for them. Man United need a midfielder. 100 million now, 150 million. I don't care. Pay that money because it's a long-term signing. You know, he's going to be the same price next summer anyway. So what's the difference? Apart from you lot are not in for him right now, but we are. So
there's a case that he might even be more than what they're asking for next summer. If he has a good season,
there you go.
Yeah,
it might be more.
I think he will be, and people but Brighton value him very highly. I'll be honest, don't think the deal gets done this summer. I think they're going to just outprice you. And I think what they might do is, you know, when you dangle the carrot in front of your face and they just keep dragging you along, and it might actually affect your window because you're sitting there trying to negotiate a deal.
And we haven't got time to get another man.
And you haven't got time to get someone else, or you end up scrambling on the last couple of days and end up with someone rubbish, which we know Man United love to do, you know, Amrabat times, and you end up just wrapping up a deal for
De Jong. Remember, Jords? De Jong, they chased him all summer, and I forgot who you replaced him with, but you got someone like the last week that you didn't really want.
I generally see
we got Casemiro after chasing De Jong all summer.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was Cass actually.
Yeah, but still a different type of profile. And I hear what George is saying. But the thing is, I know I got Giddy a bit on Fight TV. Obviously, we get Baleba. I was like, we can potentially not get top 4, but we can look at that. Should be the highest aim, like Tottenham, like George is saying. We're gonna aim to get top 4. If we don't, we get top 6. It is what it is. But right now, I think Man United should be aiming for top 6 minimum. Now we've got the striker in because we've got the whole front three. We've got our manager now, coach one game a week. We haven't got European football. Like I said, top 8 minimum last week with Saeed, and he was like arguing with me saying it should be top 6, but we didn't have Sesko then. Now we've got to be real. It's top 6. And if anything, I'll be real. This is what I was going to debate it. Like, it doesn't matter really who finishes higher at me and George, but I feel like it's United and Spurs for 5th and 6th. And I don't know who's going to finish higher out of either of us, because you've got a proven coach from Brentford, but it's coming to Champions League football 2 games a week. What are you not going to do? And us, we've got a coach that's not really proved himself at Man United, but we've got 1 game a week. He can now coach. We spent 190 million on our front three. I think it should be United and Spurs for 5th and 6th. Does anyone agree?
Definitely.
Does anyone?
I agree with that, but don't you lot think it should be United and Spurs as of like today, 12th of August? Because if Newcastle now go and get a Jackson and Visser, and then Villa get more signings, I think they're the next 2. I think top 8 is like obviously the top 6, and then you get the Villa and Newcastle. They're the next 2. I think as of the 12th of August, I agree. I think it's United and Newcastle for 5th and 6th. United and Spurs for 5th and 6th. But I think if Newcastle and Aston Villa add the right profiles and whatnot, I think they're there as well. They're with you.
So do you feel like it's a 4? Do you feel like it's a 4 and a block of 4 again?
Yeah. I'd say so as well. I think us are very close. We're all very similar levels, and it's the consistencies which will be impacted and affected for where we are going to finish. The thing is for Manchester United though, is because you are playing 1 game a week, although that does help, as in you're not going to have to play 2 games, not going to have the tiredness, that also doesn't help for match sharpness. I remember when I played 1 game a week in Ange's first season, and you're having to wait a week to see these players play. And because you're having to wait a week, just like you're having to wait a week, Amarin's having to wait a week to evaluate the team. So it's going to take longer to realize any changes, adaptations. Oh, let me play Sesko. He's got to wait another week to then play another game to build up something. And it takes a while for that team to get going, man. I think that could impact your season. Like having a Conference League or Europa League is nice to actually pick up flow with your team
and get the whole squad used as well.
Yeah. You know why you're spot on? Yeah, in recent years, Prem footballers have been interviewed about this. Bruno himself has said it. Bernardo Silva has said it. I think I can't remember he said it for us. Sadio Mane said it for us. That you don't want 1 game a week. I think for managers it's more beneficial because there's more time to work on things on the training field. Because I think in the more competitions you're in, the less you probably only train 2-3 times a week. As opposed if you're only in 1 competition a week, you probably have maybe that extra 2 or 3, 1 or 2 more days on the training pitch. But you're bang on, Jords. As a player, I think you want to play more. As a manager, it might be a bit more beneficial.
I actually agree with Jords, and the caveat to it, being devil's advocate in a positive and negative, is the positive is if you win and you gain a momentum, it's amazing because you stay fresh. Weekly, your players shouldn't really get injuries, and you can pick up that momentum and win 4, 5, 6 in a row. We haven't done that for a long time, but I could talk about it hypothetically. And that's the perk of playing 1 game a week. Coach can drill him in, can win a game, beat Arsenal, for example, first day of the season. Imagine. Then we go to Fulham away and win. All of a sudden, you're thinking, okay, 2 wins out of 6, 2 wins out of 2, 1 game a week, bless. If you don't win, this is where mentally it becomes a problem because for me, we've all played sport to a level, whether it's county level, whatever sport you play, when you lose, the first thing you think is like, straight away, rematch. Man plays FIFA, if you lose, I want a rematch. You know what I mean? Rom's came down.
Think when we play badminton, when Ty smokes me, I'm like, bro, I want to play again.
He wants to play again. Rom's into the local West Indian pub in my ends. We played pool. He played pool with my brethren the other day. That man, he beat my brethren first game. My brethren was like, rematch straight away, like no time, no reset.
I'm on that. Who wants to play? I'm willing to. I sort of heard a lot of sports there. I feel I'm quite good at I can't believe a man said badminton and pool and that.
We do all that, man. We Roms do all that, man. Yeah, love that.
Do you want to play me at badminton? Anyone want to play me at badminton?
Yeah. Bring your towel. Bring your towel. You're gonna need it. Hey, but you know what? Yeah, if you lose, the problem where Jords line with Jords is that we're then waiting a whole week to play a game. So we lose to Arsenal Sunday. We play a week later against Fulham on Super Sunday again, and we lose away to Fulham because that can happen. The dodgy game, Fulham, Craven Cottage.
That's not an easy ground to go to.
Exactly.
But the pressure's different now. The pressure's different now.
Exactly. The pressure's different now. 2 games you've lost, but then you're waiting a whole week to then play again. And all of a sudden, you're not winning and you're waiting a whole week to play. That momentum, that anxiety builds, the tension builds. It can be a negative. So I do hear George in terms of, Man United, we're going to be in a unique situation where we've got no European football. We have got 1 game a week. But right now, it should be, I agree with Roms. There's blocks of 4s, the top 4 we just said, and now Spurs, United, Newcastle, Villa. But we should be looking at with Spurs, we should be 5th and 6th. Newcastle signed Malik Thiaw. They signed Anthony Elanga, who's basically a Murphy 2.0. They haven't got Isak playing at the moment. They've got Asula starting up front or Harvey Barnes. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Villa, who have signed Gesson, who's going to be a bad boy from Nice, but they haven't really signed nothing else. You know, so it should be United and Spurs. And right now, who finishes higher? United or Spurs?
I'll be honest. When I done my prediction on Saisha, I had United higher than us at this moment in time without us signing the signings that we've got in it that we're in for now. Obviously, we're only 2 signings up. If we go and get the players that we're supposed for, then I'm instantly putting us above you. Because I think looking at that potential attack, I think you guys have got goals. But from what I've seen in Cunha and a Man United shirt, it's not been looking as good as it was in a Wolves shirt. Let me just say that.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Sesko, I generally think
You did say
10 to 12 goals max. Like 10 to 12 goals maximum this season.
I want 15.
Yeah, he's not getting 15. I don't think he's getting 15.
That's rubbish. That's rubbish. You want 15 for 80 million striker. That's rubbish.
Nah, I've got to be real. It's
facts, Steve. Facts. It's rubbish. But I don't think he gets more than 12 goals. I don't think he gets more than 12.
No, we've got to be honest. That's 80 million. He's an 80 million pound striker, but you want 15 goals. Why? Because you want him to bed in, because you're going to give him time. Why? Because he's young and he's going to your club. That's crap. He's 80 million pound striker. He should be on 20 plus. Normal. That's what you spent 80 million for.
Second season, I say 20, 15.
Why have you got time to bed in for 2 seasons?
I'll answer it for you.
Solanke scored 20 starting goals in the season, and we expect him, and he didn't score that much. What do you mean one off? Sesko's never done it before. He scored 12 in the Bundesliga.
Exactly. So how are you expecting to come to the Premier just hit 20 then?
Then why are you paying 80 million for him then?
Because, bro, for me, it's a long-term signing. Gets 15 now, 20 next season. But what it is, Man United scored 44 goals last year. You add Mbumo, 20 goals from last year, including pens, I hear it. Cunha, 15 to 20 goals, whatever he got last year. Sesko should add goals to his team. Bruno should then chip in. For me, it's a team collective. If Sesko gets 15, Mbumo gets at least up to 15, Cunha can get up to 15. That's 45 goals already between the front three. And we're not even adding in the rest. But that's how I'm basing it.
No, you're not. You're basing on that because it suits your argument. But as a whole, as a striker, him personally, him getting 15 goals is a bad season for him.
But he's never got more than 15. So how is it a bad season?
But then you shouldn't pay 80 million for him then.
Because you're paying for the potential as well and what he can do with the whole team. Cunha and Mbumo, everyone's chipping in. It's not just, Sesko, you've got to get us goals. If you don't score, nobody else is scoring. That's not the situation. If
Gyokeres scores 15 goals, if Gyokeres scores 15 goals, and then Martinelli scores 15 and Saka scores 15.
Gyokeres 20. We need 20.
Why?
Because Gyokeres has scored more goals at Sporting Lisbon. He's 27. He's coming to a team challenging for the title, and you've got a team that's ready-made and oiled.
So don't you think there's a difference? No, wait,
no. D's going to do this thing, Jules, where he's going to say Sesko and Gyokeres on the same level. I
need to understand. Do you not think
it's not about
do you not think a 22-year-old and a 27-year-old should have different expectations for their season?
I also think you should have different prices.
Yeah, they did, but we're talking about
Gyokeres was cheaper.
I think, but Man United fans, do you think you've overpaid for Sesko, Ty?
It's about 65 million, isn't it?
You think you've overpaid?
No, that's fine. 65 million for a hot property under 23 striker for long term. No.
What do you mean hot property?
If you said you overpaid, then I would have backed you. I can't back you.
Exactly. He needs to say yes. He needs to say yes.
I think it's the limit. I think we've maxed out what he should be. 65 million for a modern day footballer going strike. Bro, Chelsea paid 50 million for Gittins.
That was too much.
You might as well change it to kittens. You might as well change it to kittens because
that was too much as well. No, what we're saying is that's still overpaying.
Yeah, but it might be too much. But 60.
How much do you pay for Solanke?
Have Liverpool overpaid for Ekiteke?
Yes,
I think we have. I said we have.
Of course they have.
So what would you have paid, Roms? What would have been realistic? Are we hurting your ears, by the way, Roms? Are we hurting your ears?
No. Bro, I feel the sun. This heat's just.
Yeah. No, but what would you pay for
50 million max for Ekiteke?
Okay, cool.
50.
Okay,
50
cool.
max.
I think all these players, let's be real, you can't be worth 60 plus million if you never scored 15 to 20 goals.
No, okay. I hear that. If it was me, 50 million, I would like 50 million for Sesko as well. I say 50 million would have been.
No. 35 million for Sesko. Realistically, he's a 35 million pound player. Realistically.
Yeah, but we just know it today.
How much just for marketing, bro? Solanke was 60 million, yeah.
Yeah, Solanke was 60.
And we were cussing him because he was 60 million. But he scored more goals than Sesko has in the Premier League, bro.
Now, but who was cussing him? No one was cussing him. People were saying that worked for Spurs.
Yeah,
I understand 60 million.
I've been getting cooked for that.
But you've been getting cooked because he didn't really bang last season, but you wouldn't have been getting cooked if he did bang.
He still bagged
so,
16
but the
goals.
problem is you're giving yourself an excuse. You're saying if Sesko comes
in the league,
if you,
he's gonna say that sounded too mad.
He's gonna say if Sesko comes and doesn't score, say he only scores 10 goals this season. He'll be like, yeah, but he's young. Yeah, he's for next.
I said 15. I think how is 15? If you look at the goal scoring ranks from last season, and I say Sesko comes in and gets 15 league goals, no one's gonna say he's done amazing, and no one says he's been crap. That would be like, okay, he's coming, he's hit 15 goals in his first season. Right, next year you aim for 20. That's realistic, Just. I'm not saying nothing mad. You think I should be saying 20 and putting pressure on him, and then if he doesn't hit 20, it's gonna be like Ty. Remember the start of the season, Ty Sports FC, yeah, you flopped.
Bro, I'm saying there's a blanket statement. I'm saying there's certain things that are blankets. When you pay about 70 odd, because really and truly, all of these players are about 70 odd million. Ekiteke, Gyokeres, Sesko, all of these guys are the best strikers.
You're saying all of them minimum should be getting 20. All of them.
That's what we should expect from all of these guys, bro. But we know that we've probably overpaid for certain players because we say Gyokeres is 27 and we know he's a certain type of caliber striker. We say, yeah, you can get 20, but Ekiteke, even though you cost more by 20 odd million.
Brother, I'm sorry, Gyokeres has got to be scoring more than Ekiteke and Sesko for me.
What?
I think Gyokeres has got to be scoring. Gyokeres should be scoring. Yeah, the expectation should be Gyokeres should be scoring. I think Ekiteke and Sesko.
And he's more experienced.
Look, this is me. Ekiteke and Sesko can get 15. Gyokeres should be getting 20. If you disagree, this is the time to debate it. That's what I think.
What I'm saying is the reason why you're saying that is because you're saying he's young, isn't it? You're going by age, isn't it? That's the point I'm making.
That's what I'm going.
No, but also the team you're coming into. But also the team for Gyokeres that he's coming into.
Ekiteke's going Liverpool, bro.
I hear it, but we know that he's not probably going to start every game.
All right. If Isak goes Liverpool, if Isak goes Liverpool, how much do you think he should score?
Bro,
25 plus.
25.
25 plus. He needs to be hitting 25.
I want 25. Look at Isak last year. What, 21 and 22?
He got 23 last season in a Newcastle.
Yeah, bro. Let's have it. Newcastle, 23 the year before that, 21.
Mad, though. There's not many
that's the point I'm making.
No, George, growing up, my dad always said, if you get 25, bad boy. That's what my dad
George, I need to stop that. Do you know why it's not mad? He played, by the way, this myth that he's injury prone, he played 34 games for Newcastle and got 23 goals, which is a good return. He's now coming to a team with better play, with Salah and Wirtz next to him. Bro, you need to be hitting me 25 minimum in the league. I
agree with that.
Needs to be getting that. Isak needs to be getting that.
I like that expectation. I like what I'm hearing, innit?
Yeah,
I agree 25. With that.
Do you agree with that, Just?
I agree with that, and the reason why I agree with that is because they're paying 150 for him, and we know what he does in the Premier League. But I think it's you got to keep the same standards all the way across the board. You can't say Solanke.
You can't, bro.
Yes, you have to, bro. Otherwise, you don't pay the same prices for them. That's what you pay. That's what.
So what are you saying? They should have walked away from Sesko.
I'm saying,
he's questioning me saying 15. He thinks I should be saying 20.
No. I'm not questioning that you're just saying 15. I'm questioning that you said 50, and then maybe this year, and then next year maybe 20, and then like you've got all this time because you paid premium price for him.
I'm paying on.
Watch this year. Let me show you. Watch this year. Let me tell you the difference. If Sesko come to Arsenal, you would say that he should win us the league, right?
No, I'll be saying that you'd be wanting 20 from him, no?
Oh, exactly.
But why not, bro? You're challenging for the title. You're challenging for the title, bro.
Nah, you're flip-flopping right now. Bro, do you know why? You know why? Because regardless,
he's coming into.
I can't lie. You telling Just it's oils is mad.
I get your point. In a better team, you should have the expectation to score more goals. I hear you, but at the same time, if the players of a certain quality that you believe he can get 20 goals, it should be in either team. The 20 goals means you're a top. No, wait, but 20 goals means you're a top striker. So if you think he can get 20 goals at Arsenal, then he can get 20 goals at Man United. That's my point. Is he's gonna get the same?
We know what team they're playing. We know that we. Oh, come on, man.
So how much?
Man United are not on Arsenal's level, Just. Man United are not on Arsenal's level.
Wait, forget that. How much do you expect Mbeumo? How many goals do you expect Mbeumo to score?
But I'm looking at him getting more assists as well. So I want at least 25 goal contributions, goals and assists combined.
No, that's not the question I asked you, though, is it? The question I asked you is how many goals do you expect Mbeumo to get? He's got 20 for Brentford.
Okay.
So how many? He should get 20 for Man United.
Nah, not enough. 15.
Oh my days! What's wrong with this guy, bro?
How many do you think Mbeumo should be getting?
You think he should get less at Man United than he does at Brentford?
I think right. So how I'm going to answer it, I think Sesko should be getting more than Mbeumo. So if I'm saying Sesko 15 and Mbeumo 15, if anyone gets higher, it's going to be Sesko 17 or something like that.
Okay, I have to keep it consistent. Same thing I had, but is that if you're coming into a team with Bruno and Cunha next to you and Sesko, and Mbeumo needs to either be hitting the same or more.
Okay, so what are you saying, Sesko and Mbeumo?
20 or more, 20 minimum.
So you're telling me two of my forwards should be getting 20 in the league, yeah?
No, For me, and Mbeumo needs to be getting the most. And Mbeumo needs to be getting the most in your front line.
I'll be honest.
I said Sesko 15 first season, and then Justice saying 20 for Sesko, and then Mbeumo 20 as well. I'm saying they're not getting 20 in the league. Hardly any man got 20 in the league.
What are you paying 70 million for Mbeumo?
They're saying, what am I paying all this money for?
You paid
good debate, to be fair.
He was the best. He was behind Salah. He was the best player in the league.
You even just said they're going mad.
You paid a Premier League.
Mbeumo's not even a striker either.
Well, hold on a minute. Slow down. Mbeumo scored 20 goals at Brentford.
He had penalties too. He had penalties.
So you're telling me now, because he's going to Man United, he should score less goals. That's what you bought. That's what you paid 70 million
and he's
for.
A better player. It doesn't make sense.
Are you saying one second?
Land. You can land. I'll let you people land.
Did you pay 70 million for Mbeumo to score less goals? Is that what you paid 70 million for?
We pay him to contribute all together and raise the levels of money. It's a contribution. It's a package.
You said you want him to score less goals. You think Tottenham bought Solanke to score less goals?
No. But D, this way you're not making sense though. Is because again, you're making some sense, but then you keep going all the way left. At Brentford, he took penalties. At Brentford, he was the main goal scorer. At Brentford, everything went through him. So of course he was. When he got 20 goals, it made sense. At Man United, it's not the same now. I would expect if you said 20 GA, 25 GA, like including assists, because I think you have to remember the mantle isn't on him to score as much as it would be at Brentford. So he's probably going to be assisting and creating more for that of Cunha and Sesko.
It's a collective.
So his assists will probably go up while his numbers go down.
Thank you. Imagine Jords. Like imagine 15 goals, 10 assists. Imagine that 15 goals, 10 assists.
On this one, I'm with you because for me,
what's the way I see it? 20 goals in the league. Sesko and oh my.
No. Sesko, for me, I've got more premise on Mbeumo because Mbeumo's already been in the league. He's already hit 20 for a team that is seen less than United. The reason why I agree with D, because you're going to United, a better team with better players. Therefore, your output should go up.
Bro, I'm telling you now, if you man are saying 20, right, George, if these men are saying 20 for Mbeumo, if these men are saying 20 for Mbeumo and Sesko, Gyokeres 25 minimum.
No. I'm agreeing with that. I'm agreeing with that. I agree with that though. If you listen to me, I agree with that.
30. Yeah.
I agree with your question. Got 25, but don't get twisted. Don't forget twisted. You see, Sesko, it's a bit different to him because he's never scored 20. So his thing, if he does get say 17, for example, I wouldn't say he's had a bad season.
Literally, he can get a bit less because he can get a bit in the same.
But Mbeumo, you can't tell me Mbeumo's going to go backwards with goals. How does that make sense?
But like me and Jordan said, he might contribute with assists in other areas of the team, and then you get. Come on, man.
You know what? D. The only way, like. United fans,
bro.
Without less goals, the only way I'll say, because Jords made a good point, which I didn't actually remember.
We didn't mention Cunha. I don't know what Joel's talking about. We didn't mention Cunha.
Not Cunha. Mbeumo and Sesko.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jords made a good point. The only way Mbeumo gets less league goals, and it might be okay, is because Bruno's going to be on the penalties. I swear he scored like 4 or 5 penalties.
Yeah, Bruno's on penalties. Yeah, and Mbeumo won't be on penalties.
That automatically takes away that 3 or 4 goals. Yeah. You're pushing it there, not 5, maybe about 2 or 3. I see what you're doing, Ty. I'm trying to relieve all the pressure.
I'll be honest.
This is a great debate. I'm clipping this up into a little mini pod.
No. It's a proper debate. It's a proper debate.
Yeah, it's a proper debate. It's sick.
Your front three has to get 40 goals together minimum. That's my thing. 40.
Wait. Who? What's that again?
across the front three, 40 is the minimum.
Okay, and I said 45. That's 50 each.
No,
40.
we're going more
the same wavelength. Okay,
we're going more detailed. I'm going to give numbers individually to each player.
Yeah. I'm where Roms is. Hey, Roms, I'm where you are. I'm where you are.
Are we doing it? Are we doing this for Liverpool and Arsenal as well? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
What I'm saying.
Watch this, Roms. Hey, Roms, watch this. Yeah. Well, you think if Isak goes to Liverpool, I don't expect both him and Salah to get 20. I expect both of them to get 20.
Isak and Salah 20, 100%. I want 25.
What are you talking about? I don't expect Isak to say, oh yeah, it's okay for Isak to get 50.
Can you guys tell wait before you start going mad and going into this argument?
25.
I just need to understand the last time you've seen two players in one team get 20 plus goals in the Premier League, and I need that factually. I need that factually because you guys are just saying things like it means like it's irrelevant.
Kane and Son, Mane and Salah. It happened recently.
So that was like 7 years ago. That was 2018, bro.
Still happened.
7 years ago. And guess what? And guess what? That was Kane and Son, who are, let's have it right, at that time, two of the best players in the Premier League. Mane and Salah, at that time, two of the best players in the Premier League. We don't think that you're going to have those two players.
We're digressing now.
I'm about to say, let's concentrate. Let's concentrate.
Give you my
George is taking us somewhere else. I'm
going to give my individual numbers. This is league because you mainly play in the league. For me, and Bremo needs to be hitting 20 goals minimum in the league. Sesko, I'm actually going to tone it down a bit for Sesko because it's his first season and whatnot, but he still needs to be hitting 15 in my opinion, minimum. And Cunha needs to be hitting 15, 20. And Bremo and Cunha and Sesko need to be hitting 15.
I like your style. Only thing is, I think Cunha can go a bit less. I think Cunha can go 10 because I don't know what his levels are. I don't think.
No, but D. The reason why I think he can't go less is because he's got experience in the Prem. I'm expecting him to probably get a bit more than a Sesko.
And a Wolves team who don't really get much attacking, he should do better.
I think Cunha at 10 is. I think Cunha at 10 is fair.
Cunha 10, yeah. Sesko 15 to 17.
No, but D.
And then Bremo 12 to 15.
After full the position yourself now because you said for Bremo he needs to get the same or more because he's going to United. Yeah. You can't expect Cunha to go United.
What did Cunha get though?
Cunha got 14 or 15 goals.
16, I think, last season.
Oh no, he's got to get. Yeah.
So I just have to make sure.
15. 15. He got 15.
You know how I had it at 50. So when I said 40, that was minimum. 45 would be what you'd expect, and that's why I said 15 each. Sesko 15, Cunha 15, Bremo 15. That's how I'm seeing it.
Okay, but if it wasn't, you said 40, that'd probably be Sesko 15 and Bremo 15 and Cunha 10. That's what you were thinking with 40, yeah?
I would have said Sesko got 10. I don't rate Sesko like that, bro. I think he gets 10. I think he gets 10.
I think I'm with Jordan. I'm not even going to say anything else. I'm with Jordan. 15, however it's spread, but Sesko I want 15 from. The rest, 15 and 10, and Bremo, Cunha, however you want to match it.
50 in total. 15 for Cunha and Sesko, 24 and Bremo. I'm not hearing anything.
24 Bremo. Rob, watch this. And Bremo needs 25.
Man, we're going mad.
Yeah. It's like he's going
mad. I'll tell you.
Wait. So just so we get on the other team, how much goals is Saka?
Let's quickly because I know we got to wrap up for that.
25 because he's better than Bremo. He's better than Bremo.
Saka, you need at least 15.
Saka's never hit 20 goals before, so I expect.
But he's better than Bremo though.
Do you know my logic or do you want my
logic? But he's better than Bremo.
But you say he's better than Bremo, but he's never had that. So I'm saying Saka. Let me tell you what happened is if Bremo keeps getting another 20 more goal season, maybe one more, maybe two, people will be comparing him to Saka if Saka doesn't step up higher. That's what will happen.
That's true.
So this is the fact of it. So don't keep thinking that Mbremo's just some guy because he's got 20 goals.
Season, Saka got 16 in his last full season. He got 16. So he has to improve on that. Right?
Yeah, he has to improve on that. That's what I'm saying. But he got injured. So I'm saying he needs to be getting 15 to 20, and Gyokeres needs 20 plus. No debate about it.
What about your left winger or someone else? You need another contributor.
I don't know. I can't. Depends who it is, innit? Them man don't score goals. So I need a player that scores goals.
So what? Gyokeres is saying 25 and 15 for Saka. That's 40.
20 plus minimum. And this is in the league.
No, in the 20.
It's just in the league.
You are devils.
Bro, he needs 20 plus minimum.
25 for your 20. If we're doing 20 for, all I'm saying is we're doing 20 for Sesko. We're doing 25 for Gyokeres. We're not having him on par.
Yeah. That's normal for me though. That's calm for me. I'm right for that.
That's fine then. So 25 and 15. That's 40 for Saka and Gyokeres together as a duo.
There's four players. There's four players in the league there's 4 players in the league that need to be hitting 25 plus league goals for me. Salah, Isak, Gyokeres, and Haaland.
Yes,
Them
I'm
4,
with you.
in my
I'm with
opinion,
you.
need to be getting 25 and more because I hold them at a higher you get. Anyone else can get 25 and less, but them 4 need to be hitting high numbers.
Yeah. Okay. And what about Liverpool? And then we'll wrap it on Liverpool. What about Saka? Salah. We're already saying 25 plus. Yeah.
20 plus.
Is that 25?
20. Yeah. 25 is Salah 20 is cool.
Let's not talk like Isak's there. Let's act as if Isak's not there because we're doing it right now. So let's do Ekiteke Gakpo. Because you're doing it too easy. You're making it too easy.
I agree with you. If he is there because it makes more of the argument makes more sense.
But we know what Isak's expected 25. He said that. So I want to know the current team.
25. That's Chris's presents wrapped up. That's at the tree. I agree with Jords on that one. Let's do Gakpo, Ekiteke. Salah was saying what 25 then collectively. That's his aim.
15 each. 15
25 in the league.
Ekiteke, you just said 15.
15 each minimum.
I agree with that. 15 minimum.
When I said that for Sesko, it was an issue.
He costs more money than Sesko.
No, but but what I'm saying is Ekiteke, if he plays up, it depends on where he plays. This might have to
be a weekly show, you know. This might have to be a weekly show.
It depends where he plays. It depends where he plays. If
not even just that, D.
Oh, now it depends on system.
No, D. Not even just that. Not even just that, right? Like, Sesko, D makes a very good point. Sesko is going to be playing centre forward every week. Ekiteke is probably going to be coming off the left.
In and out, he's in and out, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. This panel makes sense. I can't even lie. This panel, it's been jokes, to be fair.
It does.
Gakpo, I'm trying to think. Gakpo, like, he should be aiming for 15 because he was a sharpshooter at PSG.
He got roughly last season.
He has
to
something in the
Gakpo.
The only excuse Gakpo will have, especially
last year he got 10. He got 10 last year. He got 10. He should be aiming for 15.
Yeah, about 15. But the thing is, the only way if he gets a bit less, then I'll actually excuse him because let's be honest, this is one player that's hardly gonna play. Once Ekiteke and Isak coming to this team, Gakpo's probably gonna be an impact sub at best. You know what I mean? So that's the only player that I can kind of give leeway for.
Yeah, it's mad. You know what? Let's see, man. Let's see. It's gonna be proper interest. That was a sick debate, by the way. I'm clipping that into a 20-minute pod because that was
that debate was sick.
That debate was the Gyokeres, Sesko, Ekiteke. You know what I mean? Gakpo debate, everything there. Even Solanke got away with it. I'm saying Solanke's got to be trying to touch 15 straight.
100. Yeah, I would expect minimum. I was for my front line, innit? Obviously, I can only go off.
Oh, we left him out. Oh, if he's left out.
No, I'll just say because obviously you want Solanke. Solanke's got to get a minimum of 15. The other players, I don't know.
By the way, Chelsea can't get away with this. João Pedro, I want 20 minimum. I want 20 minimum. 60 million. And he's in that team. And he's gonna be, man, 20 minimum. Yes,
he's not that type of hitter like that, though.
No, my logic is consistent. You're going into a better team with better players, and you're going to be starting week in, week out.
Normal. Caicedo 12, normal. Calm.
Oh boy, I'm gonna wrap it there, man. What a show! Because I know obviously you're gonna go over to the 12th, but I'm gonna redirect over there to Dan Potts. So big up Dan as well every time.
Big up, Dan.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, big up man them for coming through. I don't really do lives a lot, but obviously I used to do a lot of lives on Never a Fab, obviously working them thing there. But it's good to host the show. Have a great panel. Just make his debut. I hope you enjoyed it, bro. Big up every time for that. And I love every time Jords as well. Do-Rag Diaries, Fan Zone. Make sure you go and subscribe to them. Make sure you check out their content. Rom's obviously Football Verbal as well on YouTube. Big Six Bands. Obviously myself here, my own channel here, and obviously Never a Foul as well. I will try and be on that as much as I can this season. Going into it, but yeah, man, I appreciate everyone showing support. Make sure you smash a like. It does help my channel reach new audiences and reach new people. And I hope you enjoyed this debate as well. Big up all the community. Love for the love. And any man got anything coming out tonight? You want to quickly just promote or anything?
No, man. Super.
No, I got tomorrow.
You already know it is.
Yeah, I got a live.
No, go on. That's it. Go on.
Oh, sorry, my thing's
lagging.
I think I'm lagging as well.
These men are just playing rock, paper, scissors on
shoes. No, this is
my guy. Me and go back and forth for everything.
I love it. So, Just, you got something coming up tonight, you say?
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Me, Kaz, and Dean got live tonight. 10 o'clock.
Wicked.
I'm on boxes now anyway, so.
Yeah, man, I'll redirect over there now anyway. So everyone, go and show love over there. Tell them that you come from Thai Sports, do all of that. And yeah, man, check out all the channels. Subscribe here to subscribe who demand them. And then we'll catch you soon. Bless up.